Hey guys, welcome to the Zentaray Anime Podcast, episode 2. And today we're going to talk about Kemono Friends and Yuru Camp. So, as with the last show I covered it on this podcast, Violet Evergarden. No, it was San Euphonium, sorry. But after that, I had another poll, as I said before, and I put a poll up, and the winner of that poll was Girls Last Tour. But I put up a secondary poll to find out a show I want to binge after being told that people said I should not binge Girls Last Tour. And the winner of that one between Hoseki no Kuni and Kemono Friends was Kemono Friends. So, here we are. I think I finished it last week, actually. Sometime in the beginning part of last week. I binged through in 2 days. And I had avoided this show because of the grape penguin stuff, because like I'm not really big on like social media and animals and stuff like that, and I think it was kind of skeeving me out, and it kind of gave me a reason to game my head and say like I don't want to watch this at all, because I thought it was kind of iffy. I thought about watching it, but I didn't really commit to it because of that. So this poll was an excuse for me to watch it, and I can solely say that I regret not watching it before. I think I made a big mistake in skipping it the season it came out, and so I'm really glad I got to watch it now to kind of repair that. So the big thing I liked about it was, I don't know, the characters were really fun. The characters were really fun. I really enjoyed the characters. I thought I wouldn't enjoy the premise of it. I was kind of iffy on it. I wasn't really sure. I thought that I might like find it really boring, but it ended up being really fun. I think my favorite part about it was either the interactions between the characters or the little intermediate, like the eye catch part, when they usually have usually a card or some like little animation to kind of notify the middle of the episode. They would have each episode, the animals that they would feature, like at least one of the two of the animals that they featured would be in that little eye catch, and you would have an expert come on and talk about that animal and give a lot of facts on it. And I thought that was super cool. God, I love, like, as I said before in my the passionate anime using Yuru Camp video, I really do love getting random facts. I love factoids. Factoids are my favorite part about some shows. And like learning new things is always fun. So I think I learned a lot. And I liked how it wasn't just like one expert. It had literally just different experts depending on the animal. And they were from all over. There's people from all over Japan. I think there was an American, some Europeans. I think it's a zoologist, I assume. Maybe anthropologist too. But yeah, it was really cool, and that was really fun. I guess I was really surprised. I did think the animation did get better. I was kind of worried about the animation, seeing it was all CG, and I didn't know how I wanted to feel about that. Seeing that I haven't watched that many 3D CG anime. And I remember when I first watched it, it was pretty rough. It was very rough. The models were kind of weird, I guess. Not like weird, but like they were a bit off. Of course, they weren't like the lip flaps weren't moving on cue. But I think I got used to it. I think despite that, I think the voice actors did a really good job, kind of pulling me in. Cause like, I think if it was like worse voice acting, I think I would have been maybe put out. But they had very characteristic, very energetic, like the Serval, my bad, not Sergal, and Kaban. And the Serval was like really fun. I think that's my favorite character in the whole show. The models were pretty cute, I think. So the designs, shout to the people who designed it. I liked every design. Like that one or the beaver. They're all very cute. I was very happy with that. And it was just really fun to see them like travel around the whole park. I guess the only thing I can't remember feeling too satisfied on was the part with them and the past self of the people who are in the park, as the humans are in the park. Because there's like this woman, whose name escapes me, who was a camp head, and I think due to like the ceruleans being really strong, the really strong ceruleans that came over for the sunlight or sun dust or whatever it's called, kind of had like a lot of questions about that, and like I guess I was surprised they didn't give any answers. I assumed that a lot of the answers they want to give for what happened in that backstory that they didn't fully touch on outside of, the usual kind of showing whatever in the show, or what they did reveal slightly. I guess I want to cover that in the sequel, because there's going to be a sequel anime for Kemono Friends coming out, this year, next year, something like that. But I know the director's not on it, so we'll see how that goes. I have no idea how Kemono Friends 2 is going to be. Seeing that the director is also working on a different project now that I think they really revealed either the art or the PV for. And I can't remember what it's called. But I thought he did a really good job, and him and his staff did a really good job despite the initial struggles of working with 3D CG and kind of manipulating that as an art form compared to like 2D or digital, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to use. And I think the writing for the characters was really fun. I really enjoyed every character, like I said before. And I think I'd definitely recommend it. Again, I regret not watching it during the season because I think I really missed out. I think I let my prejudice and my judgment on the show kind of cloud my way of enjoyment, because this is definitely a show that's like up my wheelhouse. And I think that's all I have to say about it. But so next time I'll be having Girls Last Tour finished, I think. No, I don't know. I'm on episode 1 or 2, I think. I haven't really got that far into it. I've been kind of busy, especially watching a lot of seasonals. So I guess we'll get to it whenever. Otherwise, I'm going to try to keep it with new, a binge show. I think I'm trying to binge through Nichijou next. I need to finish that. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully I can finish that soon. I'm going to be busy this week, though. I have a lot of things. So anime might, outside of my seasonals, might be hard to get to. But speaking of seasonals, move on to topic 2. A show that I've talked about before on a video, Yuru Camp. Now, Yuru Camp is probably one of my favorite anime this season. I'm not gonna say I have a favorite anime this season. I think this season is the perfect season for me. I'm full max comforted and full on slice of life this season. So I'm kind of scared for next season, but this season's perfect. And Yuru Camp is the encapsulation of what I love about this season. Just super comfort, super fun characters, beautiful art, great character design. Music is awesome. Just the whole scenario around the characters is just everything about it's really fun. And so I didn't want to talk about just the whole show in general, because I want to talk about a specific topic in the video, which is more the passion and why one reason why the show draws me in, which is again the passion of the characters and how they approach camping, because camping is a big part of the show, obviously, and they make it seem really fun. And somebody made a video, somebody made a post, I think, talking about how U Camp is so great because the way they make the indoors look unappealing, make outdoors look so appealing, because you compare the outdoors in their camp and this beautiful scenario and this beautiful campground, very open, very vast, the world's your oyster kind of place, and you have this small little room of the Outdoors Club, and they little corridor, just a corridor. It's kind of a claustrophobic room, and they do a lot of things in there. But when you go out and you see them having so much fun out there, and you see them go back to that small room, it's you don't want to stay indoors. You want to go outdoors, and it makes you want to go camping, pretty much, not stay inside in your little cramped camp room. And that's a big part why I love it. And the characters have great interaction with each other. I think that they have a very great balance of characters and designs that really bounce off of each other. So you're Rin and the Disco, and how they really have a good synergy, I think, as friends. And then the whole Outdoors camp, also really good synergy, and they're really fun because they're really all not so super serious, and they're very jovial. It's very jovial watching them go around in camp compared to watching Rin solo, which is very laid back camp. Or Rin and the Disco was kind of two friends just kind of hanging out. And the last episode was really funny because they had Rin's grandpa, which they didn't know who was Rin's grandpa until later in the episode. And he was the old looking like kind of like a snake from Metal Gear Solid, cool grandpa, and that one of the girls from Out Club meets the glasses one, and I thought it was pretty funny that I didn't even see that coming, honestly. I guess it kind of makes sense, like, going in after that, but like I didn't see that coming at all. And so that was pretty cool. And I know it was a soundtrack too, because it's like very like guitar centric, if I remember correctly. Very chill, very strummy. That's a really bad description for music. But I'm not a musician. I'm not a musician. I'm not like Scrolls or something like that. I don't have a music major, so that's all I can use to describe it. But overall, I'm really enjoying the show, and I'm looking forward to more of the show. I wonder if we're going to see all 4 of them camp. I assume we're going to see all 4 of them camp, but I kind of don't want to, I guess. I feel like I like Rin in her very, like, solitude. I mean, I guess she probably find it really fun. We'll see. We'll have to see, honestly. I have no real opinion on if she will or will not go camping with a squad. But anyways, so I'll talk about one more. I think it's kind of short, so I feel like I want to talk about one more show. So I'm going to talk about, what's it called? After the Rain. Yeah, let's go After the Rain. After the Rain's been a really, really interesting show, I think. And it was a show that I was really apprehensive about going into the show, just because, for the sole fact of the premise, because the premise is really not just the premise, but the basic premise is that there's a like 17-year-old girl, Akira, I think, who falls in love with her manager, who is about like 45-ish, I think, if I remember correctly. And that, I was kind of a little iffy on that. Not really because like I think it's like a pedophilia thing. It just feels kind of weird, just because that age gap is just such a big age gap for me in general. I think any relationship in that age gap would kind of weird me out, just because like no matter where you put it, it's just kind of like awkward. But it really, like, while it just seems like it wouldn't be appealing, it really just like kind of grabs you. You kind of just feel like you feel for the main character, because she has so much things that go on in her life that you kind of want to root for her. And the show is just so beautiful. Like, its visuals are just like actually stunning. Like, it has great effects, great design, just great art style in general. And there's a lot of cool like little things that happen in the episodes that kind of make it so that they don't have to say words. Like, a lot of times, like, a lot of the emotions are just kind of shown through visuals. Like in the last episode, when they're in the library, her and the manager, he says that the library is like a sea of books, and like Hero says it's like more like an aquarium. And so it's you kind of see the visual of the water surrounding the whole library, and you see the fish and the jellyfish kind of float around the water, and it kind of just like visually complements what they say and what they do. And honestly, the relationship feels really pure. Like, it feels really pure, and you kind of want to root. You want to root for her. And also on the friend side, like, you see her with the track people that she can't really run with track anymore because she had a leg injury, which happens before the start of the show. And you see her and her friends kind of deal with that barrier and that kind of loss of like a strong relationship. Well, they're still like friends, of course, but like, when you lose some part of your life and you kind of distance yourself away, it's kind of like, how do you approach that part of your life, even though you still love it? And you see that the manager says in the last episode that maybe, like you used to call it, you can't really recommend people books, because if they hate it, they'll just stop reading. And he says that the book that you're looking for might draw you. And you see both of them have that happen to them. So you look in the end of the episode, you see them peering into a bag of Akira, and she has a book of running. She has running photos. She says she picks up a photo book, and she picks up botchan. And I'm not a big expert on like Japanese literature, so I don't know what botchan is. I think I've heard of it before though. But you do see the running photo book. Maybe she was drawn to that book. She just didn't say it, but we all know that she still cares and still wants to run, and she loves the sound of the wind in her ear. So I think, honestly, the last episode of After the Rain was a really, really well made episode. Every episode has touched on the relationships in general in the show, with such tact and such style and grace that I really, really enjoy watching it. And I'm really excited for more. And I hope that we have a lot of cool episodes. I hope we have a cool resolution as well. I don't think it's original. I think it's a adaptation of a manga, but I'm interested in seeing where this thing goes. And it's kind of crazy how we're already halfway through this show, pretty much. Like, this is episode 6 week or 7th week, and we're pretty much blowing through all these seasonals. And I'm really sad. I think I'm gonna be really sad when this season ends for a lot of shows, and a little apprehensive when the next season starts. Even though there are some interesting shows, I just don't know if anything will hit as hard as it did this season. So, but we gotta look through every season with positivity. I'll try to find some good shows to watch, and I'm looking forward to it. So, with that, I will see you guys later. Take care of yourselves. See you guys again soon. Peace.